Hello everyone, Greg Reynolds here from Travel Hacks News. Today I want to tell you my 10 best ways to save for a travel fund. Here we go. Please listen in. Hello and welcome. Thank you for finding your way to this video. My name is Greg Reynolds. Today I would like to tell you my personal 10 best ways to realistically save for a travel fund. I call this the coulda, woulda, shoulda moment. I know this statement is not grammatically correct, but hear me out here. I hear lots of excuses from friends for reasons they don't travel. Like, I can't afford it. It's too expensive. I have too much debt. I know we have expenses that can't be cut from our budget, but we tend to bleed money out of our checking accounts by unconsciously buying small, discretionary things that ultimately add up to big dollars. A dollar here and a dollar there can make a big difference in the end. Even a cup of coffee and a bag of chips on a daily basis can make a substantial difference over the course of a year. More about that coffee later in our discussion. So you ask, what can I do about it? In short, if you want to start traveling more or save up for a specific trip, you need to create a budget. This will let you see where you can make cuts and where every penny you earn is being spent. Bottom line, cutting your daily expenses, being more frugal, and downgrading to a simpler way of living will allow you to save money for any trip without having to find extra sources of income. So, here are my 10 simple and creative ways to cut your expenses and save money to get you off on that awesome trip. Number one, track spending. If you don't have a budget, start tracking your spending other ways, such as through a service called Mint, or simply by creating a spreadsheet and listing out charges from your checking account or credit card statements. You will have recurring set of bills each month and discretionary spending. The recurring charges will be for like a mortgage or the cell phone or insurance. Review these charges closely and determine ways to reduce expenses on each of them. For example, can you refine your mortgage or search the web for less car insurance? One idea would be to cut cable and just start streaming. Do the same for discretionary spending or for what is also referred to as phantom expenses. These are typically small expenditures, but they add up quickly. The first step to saving money is to know where you are spending it. You will be amazed by this process and you will become clear where you can cut back. Number two, open a separate savings account. In order to give your vacation fund an opportunity to grow and thrive on its own, you need to open a separate savings account. Start by researching various online and brick and mortar banks for a low or a no fee account with the highest rate interest rate you can find. Choosing to keep your vacation fund separate from other accounts lessens the chance of the money accidentally getting spent. Once you've identified some areas where you could start saving more, it's important to divert those funds immediately. You know the saying, out of sight, out of mind. Do this by setting up automatic bank transfers to your new vacation fund either once a month or every payday. Making it automatic lessens the chance you'll forget to save and allows you to set and forget it. Once your vacation fund starts growing, it's important to practice some self-restraint. Don't touch your vacation fund unless it's really an emergency and you have no other option. Otherwise, you just end up where you started with no vacation fund and no vacation. In other words, keep your hands out of the cookie jar. Number three, dine out versus home cooked. It's almost crazy how expensive it is to go out and eat at restaurants compared to what you could spend cooking your own meals at home. I know a lot of people do not enjoy cooking, but if you're committed to meeting your savings goals, then you'll take an extra step and learn and save that cheddar. Most of the time, we reach for takeaway food or dining in when we don't feel like cooking. But if you spend a Sunday afternoon cooking all the food for the week, you won't be dreading cooking every day. Bottom line, start cooking for yourself. It'll save you so much money and keep you healthier in the long run. Number four, start a travel cash fund. My travel savings account is where the bulk of my vacation budget is saved. But I also have a small jar that I keep cash for traveling too. Every week or so, I'll take out $20 from the ATM and put that cash in the jar. Anytime I'm at, say, Target or the grocery store and I'm purchasing food, I'll take out another 10 or 20 extra in cash. You really never notice that small amount being taken out at a time. But over several months, even a year, it really adds up. By the time that big vacation rolls around, I usually have several $100s saved up in this, what I would call jar. It ends up being my spending money during the trip. When we recently went to Maui, I had over $550 cash in that little jar, which was more than enough for souvenirs and meals. Number 5, buy secondhand. Why pay full price when you can pay half? Use websites like Amazon, discounted books and electronics, wholesale websites, and clearance sales to buy at a discount. Towns big and small usually have thrift stores where you can pick up clothing and odds and ends, most of which have regular sales. Sure, you don't want to buy everything used, but you can definitely buy most things used. Number 6, sell your stuff. Once a year in early spring, we have the kids go through the closets to get rid of anything they don't want anymore. They have a garage sale, and with that money they earn, they can use as their own spending money for our trips. So they are also motivated to get rid of as much as they can to make money to use on our vacations. Meanwhile, mom and dad gets to clean rooms and doesn't have to spend as much of their own money on vacation. A win-win. Number 7, give travel as gifts. As a way to save money for travel, we started giving vacations to each other instead of items. So one year, our kids got to pick an excursion for a spring break trip as one of their Christmas gifts. Another time, my daughter got a weekend trip to Disney World instead of a birthday party. Give experience instead of gifts, and you'll be able to throw all that money saved on new toys toward your next dream vacation. Number 8, give yourself a bonus, a tax bonus. Most financial experts might tell you not to let the government take out too many taxes. That even if you get that money back at tax time, you're essentially giving the government a tax free loan. But some of us, I'm raising my hand, have a hard time saving big chunks of money. So I have a good amount taken out of my paycheck to ensure I get a nice fat return at the end of the year. Every year, when February rolls around, I gladly file my taxes and get enough money back to fund the bulk of my travel for the rest of the year. I'll never notice a few extra dollars coming out of my check each week, but sure as heck notice that big return each spring. To me, it's like getting a yearly bonus that goes straight to my travel fund. Number 9, save on gas. Let's face it, gas adds up. Luckily, there are plenty of ways to save on gas. First, use the app Gas Buddy to find cheap gas near you. Second, sign up for all the major gas station loyalty programs. By default, they'll save you around 5 cents per gallon. Shell's fuel rewards is the best because you attach it to your dining program, leading to savings up to 50 cents a gallon. Moreover, use Gas Buddy's credit card, which can be tied to any of the loyalty programs and then used for additional savings of 25 cents per gallon. And finally, number 10, stop buying Starbucks or other coffees. I know there's plenty more than 10 that we can come up with, but this is my short list and I might give you some ideas later. But let's end with Starbucks. If you're like me and love your Starbucks, this will be a hard one to give up. Have you ever noticed though that you can make the same Starbucks coffee at home but never taste the same and always leaves you wanting to go to Starbucks for another cup anyway? Well, Starbucks loves your money and they might have you hooked, but let's face it, you are spending a ton of cash for that cup every day. To calculate it for my wife and me, it comes to about $5 daily, 2 cups of coffee, which is $150 per month and $1,800 per year. Believe me, we were doing it every single day. Sure, giving up a cup of coffee seems like a duh thing. Under normal circumstances, this would be small thinking, financial advice that isn't worth the time or effort. But right now, you have a travel goal to reach, and every penny counts. Can you really save money for traveling? You truly don't need to live an extremely frugal life to be able to afford traveling. And you definitely don't need to be a millionaire to vacation often. If you can find simple and easy ways to save money throughout the year, you will always have enough to spend on that bucket list trip you've been wanting. Thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. I hope you find these ideas useful. If you want to hear more videos that I'm going to be posting soon, please subscribe to this channel, and I'd love to talk with you again. Take care.